Welcome to the New Voice Live. And this is a special show. This is our open house, which means we have a lot of great guests here. I'm glad you guys can join us. Uh, for those of you who don't know Toastmasters, hopefully you'll get a sense of what this place is like. It's for sure a place to try to get better at speaking. But I'll tell you, for me, it's become way more than that. It's become about meeting some really great people. And the members who come in, week out, know I say this every week. It's always a curiosity to me who comes to one of these meetings. Um, these are things that are some of the most difficult things in the world to do, which is to go meet strangers. When we are out there in the real world as students or as employees or just in terms of going out to get a cup of coffee someplace, everything we do requires some level of interaction with strangers. And for some reason, well, we know what the reason is, but the deep down fear that we all fear in going to meet somebody new is the part that Toastmasters is built to try to overcome. And in doing so, it's a way that we can not only overcome the fear of public speaking, but in many ways overcome a lot of the psychological fears that we deal with every day. So I'm going to show another quick slide that I know all our members know, and we joke about this slide all the time. This is a study that was conducted back in the 1970s, and you may have heard this. Jerry Seinfeld has a joke about this. He talks about the number one fear being public speaking, and that you'll see in the slide that the fear of death becomes number 3 or 4 in the slide, so that we'd rather die, literally die, than get up on stage. And they redid this test. This was originally done in the 70s, and they redid it again in the 2000s, and the results came up the same. So over the course of decades, this fear has not gone away. It's only gotten more pervasive. And the part that I find so fascinating about this is that if you look at this list of fears, you'll see all the traditional fears, the physical fears like heights and spiders and things like that. And I'll be the first person to tell you that I'm afraid of heights. I'm still afraid of heights. So Toastmasters is not going to let you get over the physical fears. But it will do is help you overcome the psychological fears. And those are the top fears that we all have. And so for me, what I found is that if you overcome, address, and face this number one fear, all the other fears below that are psychological also become much easier to deal with. So the financial worries become easier to deal with because you're better at presenting yourself. The opportunities become easier to get. The fear of death becomes something that becomes easier to deal with because what is the fear of being on stage? But the fear, as we say, of dying on stage. There's a real connection here between the fear of speaking in public and facing our own terrible fear of our own end. And so that's some of the stuff we also talk about in Toastmasters. Why is this fear the fear? Why is it so much more terrifying than literally dying? And of course, the fear below that is loneliness. And for me, I can tell you that this is the thing that prevents us from finding the people and the community that allows us to feel like we're not alone. It is this fear of public speaking that traps us and makes us feel like we can't connect with people. So that's why I'm here. And that's why we spend so much time trying to ramp up this fear for everyone that comes here, is that we know if you tackle this fear, if you confront this fear, it not only opens the door to public speaking, but it releases you from all the other psychological fears as well. And what does that cost you? If you decide to join, it's $45 for 6 months. It's the best money you will ever spend. So that's why we're here as an open house, is to show you who we are, to tell you what we're doing, and then hopefully get you guys to say, you know what, I'm interested in joining. And if you're interested in joining, stick around. We'll show you how to do that. It is the best money. I pay $45. So the other thing to note is this is a nonprofit. We're not here to try to make money. We're here just to improve ourselves and get better at it. So the leadership team, we all pay our $45 just to be able to get the access to people like you and the audience that we have. So welcome to you all. Thanks for coming to this open house. We'd love to have you join us in the future if you're interested. But stick around and watch what we do, because this is actually a special show for us tonight. It's about giving toast to people who have been here for a while and their friends. So with that said, we're going to turn it over to our formal portion of the show and get our table topics and these toasts underway. So we're going to turn it back over to Cailley, who was our table topics master for the evening. So let me get her back on the screen. Cailley, you there?
I'm here.
Take it away.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm so excited for this table topics, actually. For those of you who are new to Toastmasters, we use the term table topics to talk about a portion of our meeting that is actually typically impromptu speaking. So we'll throw out a prompt, and anyone who wants to answer that question on screen can. We've changed it up a little bit today, in part as an homage, which is the word of the day, to the Toastmasters organization in general, which has the word toast right in it. And I think part of what Toastmasters came out of was this idea that there are many moments, seminal moments in our lives, that we need to get up, make a speech, present ourselves in front of a crowd of people, and that seemingly simple task is one that brings up, as Henry has been talking about, a lot of fear and anxiety, the fear of exposure, the fear of being judged. But we wanted to do these toasts tonight because it's really a celebration of a person in your life who you care about, who you want to show appreciation for. And if there was ever some motivation to overcome that fear of getting up in front of a group of people, I feel like this is it, right? To be able to tell people how we feel about them, to be able to show appreciation, that to me is worth overcoming nerves, overcoming fears. Because at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is connect with the people we love in our lives. And that is, that's priceless. So to be able to express appreciation is sort of the theme of the night. And on that note, the word of the day is homage, which I think is not up on the screen at the moment, but the definition of that is a special honor or respect shown publicly. So that's what we're doing tonight. And we're really excited to try out this new format. These speakers have hopefully prepared a little bit before their toast of the evening. So it's a little bit different from traditional table topics, but we're excited to hear them. So I think we should kick it off and bring Linda on stage, who is our first toaster of the evening. Linda, are we hearing you and seeing you?
All right, sorry. Hi, okay. Thank you. Thank you this evening.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling a little nervous for today. I really am, but
that's okay. It's good adrenaline, right? Well, I'm super excited to hear your toast of your friend Michelle. I will let you take it away.
All righty. Thank you again for this opportunity. As Cailley said, my name is Linda Green, and my homage for today is for my friend, Michelle Patterson. And I'm toasting Michelle because I want to celebrate the light that she's added to my life as my friend. I met Michelle in 2013 when we both participated in a New York City Department of Education leadership program. And we became friends because we were group members. And since then, we've continued to cultivate a friendship that I hopefully believe that we're going to call it a forever girlfriend. So Michelle has a multitude of qualities that I admire, but the ones that I have directly impacted my life are encouraging and dependability. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. Dependability. Michelle will always find an encouraging word to say or share with me just at the right time, particularly when I cannot seem to celebrate my own uniqueness. She has always found some words of wisdom that reminded me of my greatness. Another quality I admire about Michelle is her dependability. Don't cry, Michelle. He's gonna make me cry. When I was bedridden because of COVID-19, Michelle did not hesitate to come out of quarantine and run errands for me. In the months during my recovery, she made frequent health checks. When I was feeling a lot better, but becoming depressed and a recluse, Michelle got me out of my house with our Saturday brunches, where she thought of places that she knew would make me feel comfortable because of the social distancing and that it was outside by the water. So, Michelle, my angel, I will never forget that you were there for me at times of my need. I want to thank you for your friendship. And at this, I'm asking everyone at this moment to please unmute because I want you to help me to celebrate my friend by repeating these words that I'm saying. So could you please unmute? I'm being timed, so if you can do it quickly. So may the warmth
May the warmth
May the
May the
warmth
warmth
of our friendship
of
of
our
our
friendship
of our friendship
defy the frost
defy
by
the
the
frost
by the
frost
frost
of age.
of
of
age.
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 As these words vibrated throughout this Zoom, know that each and every word was marked with my love and humility. And I hope I can live up to your motto and be your friend you need to be. Cheers and salute.
Salute.
Thank you. Thank
Wow.
you.
Wow, Linda, that was so wonderful. I think you had a couple tears on these Zoom squares in front of us right now going on. That was
No,
so heartfelt. Thank you. How does it feel?
better now, but I was about to cry too, but I had to
Oh.
get through this. But thank you.
I
It,
think
it
that's
gave
exactly what we were looking for.
yeah, it gave me an opportunity to really publicly say to her what I kind of try to say. Sometimes it's hard to do that to people that you care about and let them know.
Yeah,
But
we don't take those moments very often.
yes, thank you.
Well, you did a great job taking the moment today. I loved how you ended it. I'm sure Michelle feels pretty great right now. Maybe we can bring her on screen, Henry, just to check in with Michelle and see how you feel. How you doing, Michelle?
You're mute.
I think,
So,
yep.
I am overwhelmed. My heart is overflowing. I didn't even I didn't even know why I was coming here today. Linda said you have to come. They asked me to bring guests, and I need you there. I said okay. So this was just wonderful, 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 wonderful. I appreciate Linda so much as a friend, as a thought partner, as a colleague, as my sister. And so thank you for providing this platform.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for being here, Michelle. I think we all feel like we should be so lucky to have a friend like you. And Linda, congrats. You got the first tears out of NVL. I think this is the first time we've had tears on here. So congrats to you.
Thank you.
Oh, that was too much. I'm gonna mute.
Thank you both. Yeah, that was really special. What a way to kick off our first toast. Okay. All right. Thank you, Linda and Michelle. I'm just looking up here who's next on my list. Next, we have Rob. Rob is going to be toasting Kathy Price. So if we can have Rob on screen, we'll get him started. Hey, Rob, how are you feeling?
Hey, Cailley, thanks.
I'm looking forward to this. Not that there's any big shoes to follow here or anything.
Yeah, I'm going to toast my wife, and she's not here, so I won't be probably as nervous as Linda, but definitely a little nervous.
Oh, well, I think that's the energy that propels you forward, is that nervous energy. And we're happy because we're going to be able to record these, so we will be able to send you a copy for your wife. So I'm really looking forward to hearing this, Rob. I'll let you take it away.
Okay. I'm toasting my wife, Kathy Park Price, the love of my life, and the person that inspires me each and every day. 13 years ago, we met in a gallery in Dumbo. And the second she walked in, I was just blown away. She had this hair that was like a 1980s shampoo commercial, and these beautiful eyes with this electric blue eyeliner, and just so passionate and confident as a human. And she was totally out of my league, and still is now. And she just always goes above and beyond in everything she does. And here's a little example. It's just the little things, like this morning she was making avocado toast for my daughter's breakfast, and she just does it in a way where she sprinkles the Maldon salt on, like Salt Bay, and fresh squeezed lemon, and perfectly toast homemade bread, and just goes above and beyond. And in the big things, I lost my job in June and have really struggled during this whole COVID the last few months. And there's those times when you're struggling, you really forget how to love yourself. And in those moments in life, it's the people that love you, that truly love you, that teach you how to love yourself, and that help us to grow and live to our full potential. And my wife Kathy, she does that, and she does that for me and for my kids, and even for our community in such a big way. So Kathy's not here, unfortunately, and you guys don't know her, but you do know me. And if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have been inspired to start Toastmasters and be here with all of you wonderful people today. So, um, it's not champagne, but I'm going to toast my wife, Kathy. I love you so much. Thank you for inspiring me.
Thank you, Rob. I have a big, like, aw, dumb look on my face, like, just stuck in this, aw. That was really sweet. And I really, we feel like we know you pretty well now. You've been a huge supporter and a long time returnee of this club, and we so appreciate you. But I felt a lot of like emotion from you that I don't know that I have from your other speeches. So I think that's like a really awesome mark, both of your increased speaking skills and also just, an homage to how wonderful of a woman it sounds like your wife is, and what a wonderful partner she's been to you. So I felt that.
Thank you. Yeah, she's nice. I didn't get a chance to use homage, but thank you for for bringing it into the conversation.
There you got it. You can have my word of the day. It's okay. But you feel good? Did that go as you wanted it to go?
Yeah, it's I think you're right. It's definitely hard to talk about something where there is a lot of emotion attached to it, and I, so inspired by Linda, and actually being able to give a speech to Michelle and having her hear it, and feel like that, it's just, it's really fun. So, and thank you to Leslie and Martha for joining, and just great to be a part of this.
Thanks, Rob. That was great. And thanks as always for being our guinea pig. Thanks for that. We're going to move along to Tejaswini, who I know has some family members watching today. So I'm excited to hear her toast for them. Tejaswini, can we have you on screen?
Hi.
How are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm well. I'm thrilled that you're here, and it sounds like you're toasting a couple of people today, and they might be watching from elsewhere. YouTube. Are they really? Yes, someone's using our YouTube. Tell them to subscribe. We need those subscribers.
Yeah. Yeah. So I am very excited. So I'm going to take this opportunity to pay homage to my brother, Chai Pradeep Babalada, and then there's my sister-in-law, Priyanka Lanka. You both are an epitome of kindness, generosity, and beauty all in one put together. Hands down, you guys are the best couple I have come across, and I hope I can find someone like you. Pradeep, I can't think of my life without you because You were the one who opened the operation theater door for me. So my life would be incomplete if you weren't there. And Priyanka, I wouldn't have known the true meaning of a sister if I didn't have you. You're my partners, conspirators, and pseudo parents. Uh, Pradeep, I appreciate your protective nature, the compassion, the lesser known anger, and unconditional smile that we both have together since we both look the same. I'm honored to be one of them. While I find it funny that it goes to show without that unbreakable bond that I have for the two of you. I think one of the most difficult moments in my life was when I broke up with my boyfriend and the undying support my family gave me. It was difficult, yet so beautiful to see people who cry on your behalf just the way they smile on your accomplishments. To those people who were always there when I was on the verge of completely breaking. Priyanka, for someone who is looking from the other side, I wish I could be you. I could be as strong, as kind, and as gentle as you. One of the best moments of my life was planning your wedding and planning your engagement. I'm so happy that both of you are in my life and you both are extremely precious to me. I honestly don't know. I would have missed out on being me without the two of you. Thank you so much for being there. And for the people you, to all the friends who are there for this toasting, can I just say that if you guys are feeling jealous that I have such great family members, I'm sorry. Cheers to both of them.
Thanks, Teju. Like your little cheekiness there at the end. It sounds like you do have some really fabulous family members. And where are they listening in from right now?
Brooklyn.
They're in Brooklyn. Very cool. That's awesome. Well, what a sweet homage. I loved that. I'm hoping that they're watching right now and feeling equally as lucky that they have you as a family member and in their lives. Did you feel good about the toast? Did you say like what you wanted to say?
I did. It's just so crazy that every time I try to write something about my family, and this goes to even my parents, um, I just can't write. So it was like a difficult thing to even write. And especially when you're sitting at home, you can just like, "Ah, I'm gonna cry, I'm gonna cry." So I actually had to go to the laundry and start writing so that I don't cry in public.
You wrote the toast in the laundry. I love it. Well, you held it together very well during the speech, and I thought it was really, really sweet and heartfelt. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you what they thought of it. So tell us next week when you come back. Thanks, Teju. Thank you so much for that again, Teju. I want to invite Jorge to the stage. Jorge is a long-term member of ours who even knew us when we were in person, so we know him both in person and in the virtual realm. And I'm really looking forward to his speech. Who are you toasting, Jorge?
Hello, everyone. I'm toasting my friend Unico.
This is a friend of yours. Okay, excellent. All right, I'll let you take it away. I can't wait to hear this.
Thank you, everyone. So, my friend's name or real name is Freddie. It's not Unico, but we know, or everyone knows him by Unico, so we call him Unico. And it means unique in English. So why have I chosen to do this today? Like the people that spoke before me, we don't really get the chance to give thanks to people that we care or people that are valuable in our lives. So I thought this would be a nice opportunity to do that. So I want to give a toast for my friend who's giving me a very great friendship over the years. We've been through many things together. And at the same time, he's giving me a lot of value. I feel that our conversations are never without purpose. We always have something in mind, or we always are trying to accomplish something. And our friendship or his presence around me or in my life has also added fun to things that I do or things that we do together. He's there to remind me that we don't have to be serious all the time. We can have fun. We can enjoy the process. So I want to invite you, club members, guests, to join me in say thanks to all those people that have impacted our lives in a positive way. At this time, I want to say thank you to Unico, and that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Jorge. Is Unico watching right now, or will you show him this message, do you believe?
I don't think he is. I'll show it to him.
You definitely should show it to him. Yeah, well, it sounds like much like I feel about friends. It's someone to bring levity to your days, someone to laugh with you when things are hard. It sounds like Unico is that for you. How do you two know each other?
We met through a mutual friend.
Okay. And does he live in the city here?
No, he's out on Long Island as well.
Okay. Well, even more special that he'll receive this recording from you, because it's probably been a while since you've seen each other. I love it. Thank you, Jorge. Excellent. Moving on, Asantie, I believe that you're up next to toast Leia. I'm eager to hear this toast from you. How you doing?
I'm all right. My heart's beating pretty fast, but I'm okay.
Getting that adrenaline rush. Okay, excellent. I love it. I think you're going to do great. I'll let you take it away.
Thank you. Hi, good evening, everyone. I'm here to toast my friend Leia. I met her the very first semester I came to the new school. As a really shy person, it's often a very anxious experience to go up and talk to new people, to meet new people, and to make new friends. But I found that with Leia, it was actually quite easy, quite comfortable. And when I was looking for one word to describe her, I found affable. I literally Googled someone who's easy to be around. And I found that word to describe her because she's very easy to be around. She's kind, she's friendly. And that was something that meant a lot to me coming here to a new country and not having any friends in close proximity to me. So I was very grateful to have met her. She's always been someone who is very willing to help with work, just to talk, just to check in. During this time, she's just checked in randomly and we've had our little talks. And I honestly miss seeing her in my class and sitting next to her. And I just wanted to say, especially to you, Leah, that I see sometimes that you feel like you have doubts about yourself or that you have flaws or that you're not doing good enough. But I want to tell you that you are so powerful, that I've seen what you can produce and I've seen what you can be and the person that you are. And I want you to continue to be great and to do good things. And I know that you will reach every dream that you have because you're so kind and you're going to elevate others with you as you go along. So I just want to toast to my water, to new friendships, to meeting people, and to just getting to know the kindness of everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Asantie, for that. That was a very sweet speech and very Asantie, whenever you speak, I feel very like uplifted and light. You have a very like positive sort of light energy to you. And it sounds like Leah is the same way. And I love that you Googled her qualities to find out a perfect word to describe her with. That's a great, affable.
Yeah.
How did it feel to give that speech?
No, it felt really good. I'm not sure if she saw that coming, but I hope that it was something that uplifted her today, whether it was something maybe she needed or not, but just so that she knows that she has touched someone. And I think that's always a good feeling to have, and that she's great and that she's wonderful. So, yeah.
That was great. Thank you. Well, let's bring Leah on. Someday in New Voice Live 2.0, as Henry calls it, we'll be able to bring all three people on, but bear with us. We're still figuring that out. Leah, how did that feel to hear?
If I talk too much, I'm gonna cry. That was so sweet, and I could say the same thing about Asantie. She just, when you meet her, you can tell she's the kindest person. And like you just said, when she speaks, she's so uplifting, and she's right. I really doubt myself, and that was exactly what I needed to hear. And I don't know what to say. That was amazing, and that was so sweet. And like she said, she was one of the first person I met at school too, and I'm also very shy, and she's also so easy to speak to, and she's so kind. And I wish we had class together this semester, but I'm happy we still keep in touch. And I don't thank you, Asantie. That was so sweet, and I'm really honored. Thank you.
Oh, what a sweet friendship to get to see. I'll say my best friends, some of my best friends are still the friends I had from college. So I have a feeling you guys will be friends for a long time. That's very sweet. Thank you, Asantie. And thank you so much, Leah, for being here. Next up is Sean. I'm totally excited for this speech. So Sean, please come up on the stage so we can see you. And how's it going? How are you feeling about this one?
Hey, I'm here. Let me just say it.
Yeah, let's get into it. I'll let you take the stage.
Okay. Sean Tripal speaking. Mom, it's fitting that you're the person I'm toasting. One of our founding members, Alex, always talks about nonviolent communication. We did the opposite. Yelling, arguing, and a lot of combative behavior. We built walls around ourselves, and boy, did it work out. Over time, I realized that you and I are very similar, not in hobbies, but in trauma. I've always explained that having a stutter isn't a disability; it's a form of trauma. You were dealing with your own. As an immigrant from humble beginnings who climbed the corporate ladder to become the only woman of color on your executive team. If there's a silver lining to trauma, it's that you have the ability to heal from it. Public speaking has always been my therapy. The answer laid in laying down bridges and tearing down the walls that we worked so hard to protect. I'm still on my journey, but it's inspiring to see where your path has taken you so far. I'm proud to be your son, and I love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. How did that feel? I feel like you were definitely had nerves there going into it.
Yeah. It's something that I try to prep, before I it came on stage because I thought that it would be very emotional to say that in front of an audience. But
I thought you did great.
there it is.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. I mean, I know I've known you for a long time, Sean, and if there's someone who can deliver an emotional punch, it's you. So I appreciated that. I can't wait for your mom to see it. I hope you send that to her. Thanks, Sean. Okay, I have to do a funny little thing now where I introduce myself for this next speech. So I'm super excited to have invited my friend Josie here and to be able to toast her. So I will get into that toast now. And what I'll say is I've somehow had the dumb luck in my adulthood to make friends with people who I just really genuinely admire. And Josie and I met when she was a volunteer for me when I was working an event. And my memory is we sort of struck up a conversation during like a lull in the work. And we both were in like transition periods in our lives. So we started talking about careers and life paths. And after a little while, I got pulled away from the conversation. About an hour later, Josie came up to me with her phone and started showing me that she had looked up all these potential grad schools for me. And she had researched scholarships that maybe I'd want to take and what next steps could I do to go about changing some of the things in my life. I'd known her for about 24 hours. So what I love about Josie is that she's not only ambitious for herself, she's ambitious for other people. She wants the other people around her to be better, to strive more, to pick up on new ideas, and to grasp more understanding and broader perspectives. So not long after that, Josie invited me to her birthday party, and I was really flattered and also a little nervous because I wasn't sure who I would know there, but I went. And when I walked into this karaoke bar in Koreatown where the birthday was, I saw Josie at the front of the room on stage. She had dyed her hair like a bright strawberry popsicle pink, and she was singing Juicy. And I was like, I am so glad I came. Because most of all, being around Josie is just fun. There's definitely a positivity to her that regardless of what we're talking about, whether it's a serious subject or a deep conversation, I usually come out of it still feeling really positive and feeling like I had some laughs. And so I really appreciate that about her. And finally, I think one of the most admirable things right now is that Josie has started a book club that is online on Zoom. So I'm actually really excited to hear her feedback about our Zoom meeting because we've talked about Zoom a lot and how to engage people. But we joke that it's a socially conscious book club, and we shouldn't joke that because it actually is. She is one of the most well-read people I know. So we're reading Bell Hooks and James Baldwin and Audre Lorde. And I feel like the conversations we have there, she's a perfect guide for. She's extremely knowledgeable, extremely well-read. And so because I have to toast you now and I'm a little behind, I have a strawberry popsicle here that is completely melted, but I was gonna toast you with this popsicle and say, in the words of Juicy, let me read a lyric out here. You know very well who you are. Don't let them hold you down. Reach for the stars. Josie, you know who you are, and I admire you and love you. Thanks for your friendship. I'm sorry I went over there a little bit. I had popsicle in my hand. Hi, Josie.
Hey, oh my gosh, that was so moving. Thank you for, just for your words. Like I feel the same way about you, and I'm like, it's so funny that you remember that. Like when you were talking about the graduate school program, I totally I forgot about that. But yeah, it's just kind of like
that's a very Josie moment. I figured even if you didn't remember it, I was kind of hoping you didn't remember it because I felt like even if she doesn't remember, she's like, yeah, that's probably something I did.
Oh yeah, but it's funny because I think I like recently thought about it. I was just like, oh, I have to like bring that back up to Cailley.
I'll take any recommendations you have as usual. You're a great researcher.
This has been amazing. Everyone's speech has been amazing. and I love you too, and have like such high regard and so much respect for you.
Oh, thanks, Josie. I'm so bummed that I didn't get to the popsicle because, like, honestly, one of my favorite parts of that speech was remembering your pink hair. And, like, I had this whole pink popsicle I was going to do. Anyways, don't worry about it. Thanks for coming. And I'm glad you enjoyed that. So I think that wraps up our toasts. We typically go till about 7:30, but we wanted to make this a little bit of a shorter evening so that we can answer any questions from guests when we get to the after hours portion. That was really, really lovely. I know Sean's gonna drop a link in the chat to vote for your favorite toast of the evening. As he says, it's a tough vote, but we do this typically after most of our table topics, just to give a shout out to whoever it is that we liked their speech or their toast. And with that, I mean, thanks so much, everyone, for bringing your friends, for making such well thought out and sweet speeches. That was really great. I'll toss this back to Henry so that we can wrap up here and get on to after hours. Oh, wait, Henry, are we hearing you? Yeah.
I'm sorry about that, folks. And so a couple of apologies, one for being on mute, but also for the other errors in our Toastmasters videos. That's why we're here. We're here to suffer through those little mistakes. So apologies for the mistakes, apologies for not being unmuted there. And what I was saying was, it was incredible to me to watch you guys give these toasts. Cailley, great job. But you toasters out there, we didn't know whether this was going to work. We're in pandemic world where traditionally we'd be in person meeting in front of an audience. And I think I heard one of our guests say, you know, it's a little easier to be on video than it is in person. I think that's somewhat true, right? There's trade-offs for both. Being in person, you have the immediate feedback and the immediate feeling of being judged. But here on camera, because you lack that feedback, in many ways it's more difficult. And that's also the reason why we do spend so much time putting in the live stream and the graphics that, you know, didn't come out quite right, but we're working on it so that the next time when we come on, it makes it feel that much more angst ridden. And so these toasts were exactly what I was hoping, which is they were fantastic, they were moving, but also it feels as if there was a lot of heartfelt time spent on making these speeches really good. And that's why we're here. For those of you who gave a toast, thank you for that. I toast you. For those of you who are longtime members, I thank you. Cheers to you. And for those of you who are guests here for the first time, we'd love to have you come back. You're always welcome as guests. What we really are is a place to try to have an audience for people who want to speak. So anytime you guys come, you're more than welcome to. But we also would love to have you as a member. And when you join, the thing that does for you when you join, it's kind of a commitment. It's like I always say, going to the gym. If you guys are workout people, I don't know if you are, but the fact that you've paid your hard-earned money makes you that much more motivated to go to the gym. It's the same here. So if you decide to join us, it's a commitment to come back every Friday to do something that is really uncomfortable, really difficult to do. But as I said in the beginning, I'm walking proof, living proof that if you do this, if you make a commitment to it, not only does it get easier to be a public speaker, but it transforms all the other psychological fears as well. It makes it so much easier. But the hard part is coming back week in and week out and confronting this fear. So I hope you will. With that having been said, that's kind of the end of our show. we do have this thing called after hours, where if anybody has any questions for us, wants to give us any comments and feedback, we appreciate that. We are feedback crazy here. So as I said, there's a link in the chat that we ask you to not only vote for the best table topic, but give Cailley her feedback. There's also another link for you guests to give us some feedback on the overall meeting and what you liked and didn't like to help us improve. So with that said, we'll wrap it up. Thanks for coming. If you're interested in learning more, please stick around for after hours. It's a chance for us to all kind of go into grid view. And for those of you who've been toasting along the way, to get even more drunk. But we're glad you're here. We'll wrap it up with the end credits and see you on the other side of the end credits. Thanks for coming. Really appreciate it.
Welcome back, Cailley.
Thank you,
Yes.
Dee.
Welcome back, Cailley. She's been missing for a couple of weeks, so we appreciate her having her back. All right, so we'll see you guys right after hours, as soon as I can find the right button.